primary care doctors don't know what happened to their patients. But even when they get notes, the notes are getting longer and longer, and it's impossible to find anything in those notes. So the specialty clinic needs to send back a very good high-value referral response note. Otherwise, the patient's going to fall through the crack and end up in that ER. So the specialist needs to indicate what they're going to do, what the patient's going to do, and what the requesting clinician or practice needs to do and when, and then try to put that information maybe under impression and plan and sign it at the top so it's easy for them to find and refer to. They can read all the other stuff if and when they have time, but they need that critical information. Now, another really important strategy is to track referrals, do what we call close the loop. But I'm going to take just a second and tell you that a lot of these strategies are in the high value care coordination toolkit or the trainings put together, the curriculum put together by ACP SAN. So there are the links to the curriculum, the toolkit, and ACP SAN or myself or Beth would love to help you with any of this. But to come back to close the loop and tracking referrals, the requesting practice sends the referral request, logs, and then needs to track it. And the first thing that happens when it gets to the specialty practice is referral disposition. Is this a condition that we see? And if so, it needs to be booked based on urgency. But the confirmation date and time of the appointment is sent back to that requesting clinic. If it's something that needs to go to another specialty or it's something that doesn't even need further evaluation, then a nice neighborly little note needs to go back, not just reject or decline, but something saying it looks like this patient has lupus and would be better in a rheumatology clinic than an endocrinology clinic. If I miss something, let me know. Otherwise, we're not going to book. But that needs to go back. Or that it looks like the patient was referred for a tiny thyroid nodule. The thyroid guidelines say that doesn't need any more evaluation. If I miss something, let me know. But otherwise, we're not going to book. Maybe the patient doesn't want to make an appointment, or maybe even after confirming their contact information, you can't reach them. The requesting clinic needs to know that. So that's referral disposition. And then once that patient has been scheduled and booked, the response needs to address the reason that they were sent, and the response note needs to go back within a week or less. Now, if the patient gets cold feet and no-shows or cancels, that also needs to be sent back so that people know what's happened with that patient. And primary care clinics or other requesting clinics need to have some sort of no-show policy. Do you expect the specialty practice to keep trying to book that patient, or are you going to call the patient and figure out what might work better for them? And I'm just going to add that secondary referrals are when a specialist sends the patient on to another specialist or to something like physical therapy, and the primary care clinic needs to, in the very least, be included, notified of that, if not conferred with regarding that.